Hi, Lane Dockstader here with LI Training, LinkedIn Training. I want to thank you first of all for signing up, and looks like you attended my LinkedIn video event today. I was having some technical issues. I think I'm going to just do things a little bit differently than I did today and last week. I attempted twice to do these LinkedIn video events, and I think I'm just going to go on there and do it myself because for some reason it hasn't been letting me go in and attend my own event due to some kind of a technical issue. And today there was echoing, and so I actually recorded it on my profile, so I think for 24 hours you can still see it. But it was kind of a mess because I kept hearing this echo, and it was just kind of really frustrating for me, and I didn't come across very well. So I thought I would leave you a quick video and at least give you the Reader's Digest version of what we talked about today. So let's just imagine, for example, and first of all, my name is Lane Dockstader with LI Training, LinkedIn Training. You are in the right place here on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the largest business networking group on the planet. There's over 920 million people on LinkedIn. It's growing right now at a pace of 10 million people per month. Every second, 4 new people are connecting with LinkedIn. So most people, either in their career or if they own a business, if they're a marketer, salesperson, business owner, if you have your own business, or you're working as a marketer or salesperson for a business, or even if you're a job searcher, most people know that there's something on LinkedIn that they ought to be doing, but they're not sure what. And so that's what I do is I help people answer that question. If you want to do something on LinkedIn, if you first of all, if you have that green open to work sign on your profile on LinkedIn, if you're looking for work, then getting a job is what's important for you right now, right? And so I can support you in doing that. There's five different things that recruiters are looking for when they look on your LinkedIn profile. If they aren't seeing those 5 things, they may stop looking at your profile and go to the next person. So I'm sure you would like to get the job, and so you want to find out what those 5 things are, and we're going to talk about one of those mainly today, but I'll mention 2 other ones. Also, if you have a business, if you're marketing, if you're selling, if you are a business owner, you want to keep ramping up your business, right? So there was a recent Monster.com survey that said that 96% of employees right now, people that are working, are seriously considering changing jobs. 96%. And I think the same can be true of if we ask the question, if you are a business owner, marketer, or salesperson, how would you like to increase your business this next year over last year? And I think probably, and just off the top of my head, the answer would probably be about the same. At least 96% of people would hope and prefer that next year would be better than this year, right? And so that's the basic idea. Now, there are, as I mentioned, 5 different things that people in general, or a recruiter, if they're looking to hire you, there's about 5 different things that people are looking for on LinkedIn, and they may not even realize necessarily that these are the things they're looking for. But when they see these things, you stand out, and you've got their attention. So that's the goal. The first thing is your profile picture. So I recommend just briefly getting a good headshot right in here. Pay a professional to do that. If it's not in your budget, you can probably find someone to take that for you. Even a high school kid with a camera these days can probably take a good picture. Or if worse, it's always good to have someone else take it. If worse comes to worse, if you need to take one yourself, do that. Just have a non-distracting background. The second thing is your background picture. You want something that stands out with that. And I do have a carousel on my profile on the featured links section if you want to find out more about the background picture, or feel free to reach out to me. Just send me a message if you would like to learn more about doing a background picture, and I can support you with that. But today, the main topic was using ChatGPT to update your headline. So now, first of all, what is ChatGPT? So ChatGPT is something that's been public. It's been very popular. It's been around before that. They were in testing stages and things like that. But about 6 months ago, end of November, it was really released to the public. and it became the fastest growing platform online ever of anything, because in 5 days they grew to over 1 million members in 5 days. So that's 200,000 people per day that they grew for those first 5 days. And it's continued to grow, but not quite at that pace. Now, what is ChatGPT? Because I remember in my younger days, playing computer games, right? So I would type on a computer and it would describe a scenario, and it was mostly words. It was either mostly words, or they might have the old style computers, computer graphics, maybe 16 or 64 colors versus the 1,000 or however many colors we can see on a computer screen today. So I might be playing a game where it says, you are a knight walking down a path, and you see off to the right a cave, and then off to the left you see a river. Which direction do you go? And then I might say, oh, I'll go into the cave. And so, but everything was programmed. So if you put in certain words in the computer, it recognized that, and then it would basically spit out the next step. So everything was programmed, and basically in quotes, the computer said if the person typing in says this, then the computer program said if the person types in this, then this is your result, and it would type out the next step basically. So in other words, if A, then B basically. Now the difference with AI is it doesn't just spit out the results from that are in there. It basically creates something brand new that's never been seen before. So for example, if let's say you're a high school student and your teacher asks you to write an English paper on who the kings and queens, the royal families of England. Who is the royal family of England, or whatever it might be, or back in 1822 or whatever year the paper might say. 1829 is usually those papers end with a 9, it seems like. So in 1829, write a paper on the royal family, the king and queen of England back at that time. So with ChatGPT, you can simply say, as a writer or as an assistant to a writer, write a description, write a paper, write an essay, I guess they would say, write an essay on the king and queen of England back in 1829. ChatGPT will basically think. It's called generative intelligence, because AI stands for artificial intelligence, and ChatGPT is along the lines of AGI, artificial generative intelligence. In other words, it can write something brand new that it or people haven't typed in anything about that paper. It comes up with new ideas. That's basically the idea of ChatGPT. It will come up with a new idea that a person or even another computer or that computer has never thought of before. It basically comes up with something new, is basically the idea. So that's what ChatGPT is. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over to an example of what ChatGPT will do for a headline. And I'm going to use the example of a real estate agent. So I'm going to use 2 examples of a real estate agent, a brand new real estate agent, and say a real estate agent that's been around maybe 10 years and that would like to update to create a powerful headline on LinkedIn. So let me go to that and we'll go from there. All right, so this is ChatGPT. This is ChatGPT right here. And so basically you'll ask it a question. So anytime you have a question, once it's set up, you can just ask it a question. I usually start with, as an assistant to whatever your job title is, please write this, is basically how I do it. So for example, let's say you're a writer. maybe you write books, you're an author. So you might say something like, as an assistant to an author, please write a headline. Let's say you're a real estate agent and you want it to write a title for your book. Let's just use that as an example because I'm talking about real estate agents. As an assistant to an author, please write a title for a new book about a real estate agent. And maybe, let's just say they don't have any experience yet. They're brand new. They're starting out. About a real estate agent who is brand new and just starting out. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so from freshman to for sale, a beginner's journey in real estate. So that's the title that it decided to give. Okay. So now let's say that you are this real estate agent, and it's basically the same idea will apply to you for doing your headline on LinkedIn. So let's just say that you're a new agent, and so I already typed this out earlier just to save us some time. So let's put in this. So what it says is, as an assistant to a real estate agent, the agent is brand new to the business world and wants to focus on giving true value to new home buyers and offering them great service and a home at a really great price. The best bang for your buck, so to speak. Please write a LinkedIn headline for their profile that is fun and engaging that will help the agent to stand out. Now I've put a lot into that, and you can shorten it. But basically what it's saying is it's a new real estate agent and you want it to do a fun and engaging title headline for LinkedIn on their profile. So the title is what your job title is. So some people just put real estate agent for their title. So this could say unlocking dream homes, delivering unbeatable value and service to new home buyers. So if you were buying a brand new home, let's say you looked at 10 different real estate agents on LinkedIn. Let's say that 9 of them, maybe they weren't even on LinkedIn at all, or it said something like real estate agent or realtor, right? But this one says unlocking dream homes, delivering unbeatable value and service to new home buyers. So which one would you want to get? Or which real estate agent would you want to talk to? One that has dream homes and unbeatable value and service, or someone that just says real estate agent on their profile? So that's basically the idea. Now let's say, fast forward, let's say that now you've been a real estate agent for 10 years. So now, and of course this applies to whatever you do. So just because I'm talking about a real estate agent doesn't mean this isn't something that can help you, because you just put in you just describe your situation. So let's say that this one is a real estate agent. They've been working hard for 10 years, but maybe they're doing okay, but they'd like to do better. And so they had this thought, maybe if I work smarter rather than harder, maybe my real estate business will do better. So maybe I could focus on higher end homes. Maybe I want to focus on homes that are $1 million or more and find those clients. And this is an example, just assuming that it's in Atlanta, Georgia. So that's basically what I've said here. As an assistant to a real estate agent who has been in business for 10 years and has had a good career, but the agent now feels that they would like to work smarter rather than harder. They'd like to focus on higher end clients or clientele. They're in the Atlanta, Georgia area wanting to sell higher end homes. Please write a fun and engaging headline for the LinkedIn profile for this agent that will capture the attention of higher end clients. Now that's a lot of words, and you could shorten that. You could just say, hey, as an assistant to a real estate agent who's been in business for 10 years, they want to work harder and smarter now. They want to sell higher end homes, $1 million or more. And you could just leave it at that. But sometimes what you put into it is what you get out of it. So if you don't like the answer, you can always redo it. Okay, so this says luxury living architect crafting elevated experiences for Atlanta's elite home buyers. Now, I don't really like that very much. So let's do this. I think we might be able to get a better one. So as an assistant to a real estate agent, please rewrite the following LinkedIn headline. And I'm actually going to do 5 different ones. Actually, I'm going to do 6 this time. Please write 6 examples of, okay, let's try that, see if that works. Exquisite homes maestro, master of opulent living, elevating dreams, Atlanta's premier luxury living expert for, I kind of like that one, creating Atlanta's finest residences, unleashing architectural splendor. Okay, let me just try something here. Sometimes, because this is like big words that, you know, it's almost too much here. So please rewrite 5 examples of a great headline for this agent, but make them easy enough for a 10-year-old to understand. So sometimes it just goes too much with it. Building dream mansions, making super fancy homes, creating amazing houses. I like this one. Creating amazing houses where the cool and rich kids live in Atlanta. Designing awesome homes, making fancy castles for super important people. Building cool mansions, making fancy homes. I like the cool kids one. Well, you know, creating amazing houses where the cool and rich kids live in Atlanta. So let's just say we like that one. Now, one step that you can do if you want to, some people like emojis because emojis kind of stand out, right? But others, not too sure about it. So, but let's say that you wanted to do an emoji. So please write 5 emojis that would go well with this LinkedIn profile headline. All right. All right, so castle, gemstone, star, house, and money bag. So there's a castle. I kind of like the star too, so maybe we could do, you know, so if we were, let's say that we were going to go, I like to copy stuff over to Word, like Microsoft Word, creating amazing houses. So let's just say we decided creating amazing houses where the cool and rich kids live in Atlanta. Let's just say we went with that one. And okay, so we decided to put that in for our headline, and then let's say we liked the castle and the star. So let's put the castle at the front. Okay, now for some reason it goes black and white. So if it goes from color on ChatGPT, and then I copy it over to Microsoft Word, it'll go to black and white. Now if I were to take this here, so okay, so now what we have, it's black and white, so but bear with me is with the black and white. So it has a castle, creating amazing houses where the cool and rich kids live in Atlanta, and then it has like this star, or I guess like a sunburst or a big supernova or a big star at the end, right? So let's say we decided that's the one we liked. Now if we just copied and paste this and put it back into LinkedIn, it will actually give the color back. Like you can see here with these emojis, they're all color. If we copy and paste those in, it would go to color. And if for some reason that, you know, if sometimes I've gone in and for some reason something gets messed up, if that happens, you can actually just go into the little emoji thing on LinkedIn, and it will work that way too. But if you take these colors here on ChatGPT go into Microsoft Word and it's black and white, and then put it back into LinkedIn, it should go in, it should revert it back to color again. But that, my friends, is setting up a brand new headline for LinkedIn using ChatGPT. Castle creating amazing houses where the cool and rich kids live in Atlanta. With that, have a great weekend.